Today at It's a Great Day for Business Atlanta, we're kind of talking about developing the skill of selling. Selling is kind of the foundation of business. Without selling, you really don't have a business. So I've been thinking about it, and this is what I came up with. So this is my opinion on it. So how does one achieve a good foundation in the skill of selling? I believe it's the level of optimism. As a business owner, entrepreneur, even as someone who works for another person, if you are not an optimist, you will not pick up the phone every day, make the same calls. Hope that today may be the day that Lewis decides to say yes to the proposal. That today may be the day that Randall decides that he's going to go ahead and do something that he hasn't done before. Pick one of my products, pick a service that we haven't done. A pessimist, on the other hand, is someone who just kind of sits back and says, I've already made that call. We've all had staff or people that have worked for us that just won't go the extra mile. They're going to say no. They always say no. Why bother? Well, you have to make those calls. Pessimists will tell you that they're a realist. I've done it. This is the outcome. To expect a different outcome is really the definition of insanity. Well, that's not necessarily true. An optimist knows that today may be the day. The optimist will put in the time, and they'll go for the extra mile. They'll do a little different. They'll keep that business touch that I'm so fervent for, the personal touch in business. So I believe in business, in order to be successful, you must strive to foster your optimist side. That's what I think. What do you think? Steve, I was talking about the success in selling. My concept was optimism. What do you think makes good sales?
Yeah, I think people, first of all, have to change their whole mental framework about this word selling. Because we actually all sell. We sell ourselves, we sell a lot of things, but we don't call it that. And God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we listen twice as much as we talk. And so the art of selling is really the art of discovering what are the other person's hopes, needs, and desires and dreams. And by using the questions, you find that out. And then to be able to say whether or not you have something that might meet those hopes, dreams, and desires, whether it's a product or whether it's a service or whatever it is. But the art of discovery is really what selling is all about. It's not about running around trying to convince someone that they ought to be doing this. The old saying, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Yes. So in the heart, they haven't really changed anything. They've just, you beat them down, and that's not a sale.
No, that's not a sale. And I keep hearing the same comment throughout the thing today. Is just close your mouth, ask somebody what they want, listen to them.
Exactly.
Randall, we're talking about the foundation of sales and business. Can you talk to us about that?
I have a tip that's worth writing down. This is what I do every day.
Write out your pens, folks.
Establish value first for what you do. Why should people be interested in whatever you do? Second is develop a relationship. Third is expose the people at that point to whatever it is that you have to do. When you don't do it in that order, it's irritating. I mean that. You really need to listen to that. It's very irritating. Some people avoid those steps. They go straight from see you to exposure. There's so many different things to get involved in. Why is it that I should look at yours? And I'm serious. I got a serious look on my face, but this happens to me every day and it drives me nuts. Value. What do you bring to the table? First of all, what do you represent? Second, relationship. Find out what I do, what am I about? Same thing for, I use this on myself. I need to find out what people that I'm talking to, what do they represent? Third, expose whatever it is that your business or service is. If you write that down and use that in your life will change forever. And I mean, I say that all the time, but it's true. Those 3 steps.
And Randall, out of all the people I know, you're probably one of the ones who actually walk the walk. It's
Thank
a pleasure
you, Lord.
knowing you.
Thank you.
Tony, today we're talking about the foundation of selling in business. Tell us about what you found in business.
I'm going to change that around from the word selling to satisfying.
I love that.
What we really need to do is satisfy our customers' wants and needs. No one really wants to be sold, but everyone wants to be satisfied. How do you do that? You need to understand your customer, understand their needs, understand the marketplace, and understand what it is that you can bring to that marketplace. When you put yourself in that situation and you listen to your customer, you understand what possible needs you can satisfy for them, and you present alternatives to help them satisfy a need, you in fact have a customer, you have a customer for life.
I just love the way you have pearls that kind of drip from your lips every time I talk to you. It's such good advice. Thank you so much, Tony.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being with you.
Todd, we worked together in a few different venues. You were all about sales, marketing, really getting people to do what they need to do. So tell me what you think the foundation of sales in business is.
Well, my good friend Randall brought up the point that I wanted to emphasize, and that was building relationships. In today's world, with such a fast-paced life that we have with the internet and the cell phones and traffic and everything going on, you know, it's coming back to some of the simple stuff. You know, sending, you know, we have some of our people that we have in the meetup groups, the send out cards. I mean, sending a card today, you know, kind of a handwritten card, is powerful, because that's something that we don't do. But the point I wanted to make was, I think, and this is what I'm working on, is coming up with a relationship building strategy. And you know how I started to work on that?
This could be interesting.
Is I hired a business coach. Okay, I hired a guy who's helping me figure some stuff out. And that's one of the things I wanted to throw out. You know, if you're serious about business, and you know, that's what we're doing here. There's a little coaching element to what we're doing, and you know, you got to have that today. I mean, it sets you apart. And one last little thing that I think is really cool that I'm going to start moving forward with is developing a mastermind group.
Yeah.
In a mastermind group, there comes a part that's called the third mind.
Right.
That happens because you got a group of people that are sitting around talking about stuff and sharing ideas, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's something that you and that person wouldn't have been able to think of by themselves, but together, you're moving in a direction that is both positive for both of you.
Yeah, and a good business tool to use, because you can bounce things off each other. But back to the cards, I just want to do a shout out to Brian Hilliard. I still have your Christmas card with Santa on my desk. That's how much a simple gesture like that. Thanks.